Hi, this is Anil and welcome to the video tutorial for the Learning Lad on C++ programming. In this tutorial, we're going to learn about the default values in the constructor parameters. So similar to the way where we were passing some default values to the function parameters, in constructors also we can do that. So to demonstrate that in this tutorial, I'm going to define a class. So it's going to be class human, and then let's have a couple of properties of access specifier private. So let's call it as name and int age. Alright, then we're gonna define the public access specifier public, and in that public block we're gonna write our first constructor, which is not gonna take any parameters, and here we're just gonna say default constructor, and let's end this line. And here we're gonna initialize our name to no name and our age to a value of 0. Okay, now we're gonna overload this constructor. So I'm gonna copy whole thing and I'm gonna paste it in the next line, and as a parameter we're gonna make this one to take the name and the age. So it's gonna be string name and okay, let me call it as iname, and also we're gonna have int age, okay, ieh. Alright, here we're gonna say overloaded constructor, and here name is gonna be iname and age is gonna be ieh. So the main thing that we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to pass the default values. So here, similar to the functions where we were passing the default values to the function parameters, we can do that here in constructors also. So I'm going to assign a value of 0 to this ieh, and the next thing or the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to build a method which is going to print out the values of this name and age. So it's going to be void, let me call it as speakup. This function is going to display the values of this name and age. So it's going to be cout, it's going to be name, and end this line, and again age. Alright, now in our main function we can create an object of this class human. To do that we need to write the class name human and then the object name, let's say Anil, and we're gonna pass name and age. So it's gonna be Anil and the age is gonna be 24. And the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna print out or call that speakup function anil dot speakup. Okay, I'm gonna save this, I'm gonna build and run this again. Okay, there should be small letter s, I don't know why I missed that. Okay, I'm gonna save that and build and run it again, and it says overloaded constructor Anil and 24. And now since we have passed the default value to this constructor, what we can do is we can pass only one parameter here. That's why I'm gonna remove this 24, the age, and I'm gonna save that and I'm gonna build and run it again, and it says Anil. Okay, I spelled it wrong, no problem, and the age is 0. This is the default value taken, which is passed as a function parameter. And the next thing that I want to teach you is what if we don't have this default constructor and we pass the default values to these both parameters, and let's say iname equal to no name, and now if we create an object without passing any parameters, the program will work. Just to demonstrate that, I'm gonna write only Anil here and I'm gonna build and run this. You guys can see overloaded constructor, no name and 0. So similar to the functions, we can pass the default values to the parameters of the constructors in C++. So thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.